I just I realized it yesterday. It's mine also is just 4 GB RAM. I didn't know.
Oh my God,
So now
4 GB.
I asked Parthi, so he advised me to upgrade because my laptop is new, so I can get the RAM
Okay.
replaced. So to do that.
Okay, if it's 4 GB, then it is sin, है ना?
Yes.
To actually make it work. It's like child labor. Hmm?
I
Okay.
didn't think of all this time when I bought it during PG. It was just for making PPTs at that time.
Okay, okay. Yeah, what I'll do is, so are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you all know this website now.
Yes, sir.
I hope you all know it.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is the COVID-19 Bharat.org, not the
Wasn't it called
COVID-19
COVID-19
India.
India?
Yeah, COVID-19 India stopped long ago. But then if you see, this website is an effort to follow footsteps of COVID-19 India.org,
Okay.
which has ceased operation. There is no formal connection. And then they go on to say that who are we and all. Basically, this is a journalist team who realized that the crowdsourced data was much more meaningful rather than the government of India, MOHFW, giving out the results, right? You get my point?
Yes.
So this is an example of a data science project, right? If you really look at the nitty-gritties and things behind, what's actually happening is that the daily bulletins, the state level bulletins, are put up on a website. So there is those bulletins are looked at every day, and the number of cases, number of tests, number of fatalities, number of positives, number of everything, all that information is picked up by district or whatever, and it is collated into a database. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. This much is, it's not rocket science, right? It's just English, no? I'm not speaking any Greek Latin, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the data. The code behind it, I will not go to it, but all this data is available to you as JSON files, as CSV files. I know most of you also have come up. Did you ever look at this data?
No, back when COVID-19 India, but I didn't understand much back.
Okay, okay. So basically what this is doing is, it's a very interesting initiative, because not all countries has this. You get my point? It's citizens like you and me, engineering college students, IIT people, just people who were bored, right? They all came together, and they thought, okay, we should do something about this COVID situation. And then what can we do? And then they realized that, okay, maybe we can gather all the data, and put it at a place and visualize it in such a way that everybody is able to have a proper access to it, right? So there are n number of ways this data can be looked at, right? We were only, you all know what is tidy data, no? Isn't it? You all know what is tidy data. So this data might not be tidy data, okay? But what it has is, it's a different formats of data. There is case time series, India level time series, confirmed, recovered, and deceased. So there are for each for whole of the country, for each day, time series, right? For each day, there is like how many confirmed, how many infected or recovered, and how many deceased, right? Yeah. Okay. So for states, you have state level. For district, you have district level. State-wise daily, you have n number of ways, right? All this is represented. And you have n number of ways that this data is also available till 19th April, from 20th to 26th. So weekly data is also here as raw data. Okay. And then there is a documentation, on how to look at things and all. Okay. I hope this is clear. So what I'd like for today is that I'll just open a new R Studio. Just 1 second, it's opening in yeah. So you have to always ensure what is rule 0. I mean step 0. Step 0 is to ensure that all your oh, it is closed. Let me open. Just 1 second. As of right now, it says that there is. Okay, I think I'll have to update my R Studio. It's crashing. Yeah, I think it's crashing. Huh? Just bear with me. Okay. Meanwhile, let me open the website. Yeah, for example, would you like to look at the district level data or the state level data?
The state level.
State level data. You'd like to look at the daily data, right?
Yes.
Frederick sir is here. Frederick sir, what we are doing today is we are looking at the COVID-19 India website, Bharat website, and we are taking data from there and seeing if we can do some kind of visualization. And we'll be working on an R Markdown today. I'm just updating my R Studio meanwhile. So if you look at the state-wise daily, the moment you state-wise daily, the moment you press here, you downloaded a Excel file. It's a CSV file. So you have date in year, month, and day format. You have whether this what is the status? Is it confirmed data, recovered data, deceased data? Total TT is total. Andaman Nicobar, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Chandigarh, Chhattisgarh, Dadar Nagar Haveli, Daman and Dayu, Delhi, Goa, Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, etc., etc., etc. And then West Bengal, and then UT, UN is unknown, right? We don't know what that is. You might ask me, how do I know this? Because I've read through the documentation of the website. There is a more detailed documentation, JSON documentation. Okay, you can go through when you have time. Okay, but yeah, what I'll be doing is I'll be using this data set, and just let us have a look on how many rows are there. Oh, it's quite a huge number. There are around 3,000 something days. Okay, let us work on this. Okay, so I've just updated my R Studio. Sorry. Okay. I will go to this. what I will do is I'll open a new copy folder path. Is the font size okay? Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll say go to an existing directory. I'll go to session 7. Okay. Let us call this effective communication of R. I think I should rename it. I'll rename it later on. I'm just creating a project. Okay. The moment I said create a project, it has created that R proj file. This much everybody is clear. I don't have to spend time on this, right?
Yes.
Shruti, are you clear?
Sir.
Okay. Frederick, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, fine. Now, let me first open an R script. I will just say that look at the COVID-19 Bharat.org data. Okay. So always the first line of my script needs to be just telling me what that script is doing. You know? The source of the data is, I'll just go here. This is the source. Now, what did we take? State-wise daily, na? This is what we took. Okay. It is this. It's a CSV file. Okay. So my question to you is, okay, what libraries I need to load?
Tidyverse here and
Tidyverse.
Jonathan.
Tidyverse
Here.
here.
Generator.
Then okay, fine. I'll agree with you guys. Okay, all three I've loaded. Now, usually load data. How do we do load the data?
Read CSV.
Read CSV. We just downloaded the data. Read underscore CSV. We just downloaded the data. There are two ways what you can do is you can create a folder here called and I'll just create a new folder here called data. And I can place the CSV file that I downloaded here. Agree with me or not?
Yes.
That is
Yes.
what we usually do, right?
Yes.
Okay. Or what I can do is I'll say read underscore CSV. Okay, just pay attention. And then I know that my CSV is residing in this URL, no?
Yes.
Isn't it? I can just do this and then I can say, call it DF. Okay. So what is happening is that it went to the web, got all that data, and it loaded here. Now you see my data is this. I can just click on this and it is the same data set that you have seen. Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So the moral of the story is, how do I know that I need not, I can just give a URL also. I can just press F1 for read CSV. And then it asked, when I look at the help, it says the file is either a path to a file,
Okay.
or it can start with HTTP, HTTPS, which will be automatically downloaded. Okay. But right now it downloaded in a place that you don't know where it downloaded. Okay. So if it were me, what I would have done is that I would have taken DF and then write CSV. Where do I write the CSV? Where should I write the CSV? Which folder?
Data folder.
Okay, data folder, but I should say here. Okay, correct.
Yeah.
Data And what should the file name? I will call it state-wise daily. Okay. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
So now data is empty, isn't it? The moment I run this line 14, the data is here. It's one and the same. Okay. Now you can, I mean, what is actually happening is just pay attention to line 12 and 13. I can very clearly say this. Literally line 13 and 12 and 13 are same. If I have internet connection, I would run this the first time. Then I would load it, use this to save it. And from the next time, I would use this. Is that fair enough?
Yes.
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 So what I will do is I will just comment this out. Okay. I'm commenting this out because every time I run this code, I don't want it to go and get the data. Okay, I got it once, I kept it. Now the point is tomorrow's data will have tomorrow's date also, isn't it? Now, if I'm doing it after 1 month, so 1 month data is loaded now. I mean, it's there, it's updated, but your file here is not updated. So all you have to do is just uncomment this one and run it once again, and then it will automatically run it for you. And now it is having the updated file. You're appreciating what I'm trying to say? I know it's a little confusing, but I'm
Yes,
trying
sir.
to break it down because this functionality is very helpful, because imagine that your data is real time. Okay. Or maybe you have asked, you have collected the data for the first, your sample size is 1000. Okay. But maybe for the first 100 you have already collected, you wanted to just look at some data, look at some visualization and everything. So after 1 week, 150 have been collected. All you need to do is you need to update the first one. Earlier, what we were doing, we were actually manually downloading the CSV and putting it in the data folder. But here, we are using an alternative alternative method to automatically fetch that data and keep it. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
If we do the real-time data, if I save it for today, then I can save it in one approach file, and tomorrow another approach file. Is it like that?
No, not required. Not required. Usually, you're working on the same project, right? Same project, but daily. So if it were me, what I would do is I would just add today's date here, 2023 07 12, not today, 12. Okay. Sorry, yeah, this part I would keep it here. So I'm running it today, no?
Okay.
So now it has written today's date. So I know that this data is today.
Today's date.
Tomorrow when I come, I will make it 13. I know that it is an updated file then. Get my point?
Okay. Then yesterday's data.
Yesterday's data, if you
Yeah.
had yesterday's data, so if you would have done it yesterday, then you would have put it 11.
11.
Okay. I mean, I'll tell you, the way I work is that I put the date without any spaces or hyphens or anything. So this is today's date. Okay. But it can be possible like today, morning, afternoon, evening. There are 3 versions, isn't it? So what I usually do is I just put underscore and I put P1. That I know it's the first version of today. Okay. Today version can be 4, 5 are there. Maybe I need the third version. So then I will say V3. Okay. These are practices that will come with more of doing things. Theoretically, it might seem very okay. What is this cumbersome this thing? But when you have to sift through n number of files, n number of things, it's a little difficult. Okay. One other thing. Okay, fine. I'll just comment this out. Okay. and I'll make it workable. Okay. So now that we got this data, DF, if you want to look at the glimpse, that's giving you this, no?
Sir.
It says that date is there. Date is in two formats. One is a character, and another is a date. Okay. And there is status, confirmed, recovered, deceased, and the total cases in India, Andaman, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So if you really very quickly want to make a epidemic curve, you want to see how many cases every day things are happening. Okay. Is it possible you want to do, I mean, with this data, the first thing you would like to know is how are the cases happening, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
on the x-axis, time should be on the x-axis, right? Agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So time here is date, date format is there. What should be on the y-axis?
Number of cases.
Number of cases. Great. So let me. So number of cases here are written differently in the sense that it is called confirmed. Okay, because it is daily cases, it's called confirmed. So very quickly, if you want to guide me to write a plot, plot the. Okay, why don't you
Wouldn't the
guide me?
date be the same if it is daily data?
Sorry.
Wouldn't the date be the same on x-axis if it is daily data? What would be changing along the
Okay, good question. Date is, see, the first entry in India happened. I mean, the first date, the data that this COVID-19 Bharat.org was able to have is on 14th of March 2020. Okay, so okay, that's a very interesting question, and let us look at the minimum and maximum of the date, isn't it? That will give you a good enough sense, isn't it? So
unique?
what you can do is you can take DF, okay, and you can pull date in YMD format, and then you can ask the summary. It's saying that minimum is this, okay, maximum is 7th of February 2023. So after February 2023, February 7th, even COVID-19 Bharat, which was another initiative, said we are also lifting our hands. Thank you, and lal salam. Okay, so it's that. Okay, so interestingly, we don't have data after 2020 this thing, but you will see why that has done also, why it has stopped also. Okay, so would you want to know how many entries are there, days are there? Yeah, we can look at that, but okay, what we can do is we can very quickly plot the epidemic curve, and I want your help in that. Okay, what are we going to take? We are going to take the data set, and then
Pipe it into GGP.
we are going to take the data set, and then we are going to pipe it into ggplot,
ggplot.
and then
Pipe it into geom underscore bar.
Geom underscore.
gm underscore.
R,
We have to do
because we are
line.
looking at
Lines.
number of people.
Line.
Okay, okay.
Line.
Yeah,
Change
okay. Line and bar. We'll use line first, and then we can change it to bar and see what happens. Okay, line. Okay, line. And what it has to
X.
take? Oh, okay. X equals to
Date by
Date. I think is written as date.
date YMD. No, it's written as
Yes.
date YMD. I know I should have used janitor to clean the names, but forgive
I
me.
think the D was a small letter.
I think not. I think not.
It's capital D. It's cap.
Okay. It's here, no? You see in the glimpse rows,
Yes,
it's
sir.
written.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. X-axis is your date. Then
Y
Y-axis
confirm.
confirmed cases.
Y equals to confirmed. Okay.
Confirm.
But my question is, okay, confirmed. All right. Confirmed is written this way, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are you all happy with this?
There should be status dollar confirmed.
Okay, good, good. Okay, let me run this and then we will troubleshoot. Okay. I'm running this. It said couple of things. First, it said date underscore YMD is not found. Okay. Why is it not found?
No. Not
Okay.
applicable.
Anybody who can answer this? One chocolate.
So it should have been in quotation.
Okay, I'll put it in quotation. It says confirmed is not found now. Okay,
That
I'll
should
put
have
that also in quotation.
That should have been status dollar. We want
Sta-
to.
Okay. Okay, good enough. I think I have confused you enough, but this is what I want. Hai? You know that every geom has to have an aesthetic inside, no? We cannot
Yes.
just give X and Y. You have to say that it's an aesthetic. It's
Okay.
no, it's an X-axis and a Y-axis, right? So what should have been done is it should have been AES and then this. Okay.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yes.
Do you agree with me? That's the
Yes.
first thing.
The first argument, like even for the X and Y, we are supposed to actually put map in, but we don't do that because it's understood. AES doesn't work that way.
Yeah, ideally, this is what we need to do. Okay. Okay. Ideally, this is what we need to do. Okay. But I'm a little lazy. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't like to type too much. But yeah, should I run this?
Yes.
Okay. The moment I ran that, it said object confirmed is not found. Okay. The reason is there is no column called confirmed.
Yes.
The column is status.
Safe.
And within status, there are a number of things, isn't it?
Yes.
Confirmed, recovered, deceased. So now come back to the principles of those tidyr, dplyr verbs, right? I want to select only that rows which says confirmed.
We'll have to filter
We can
the
use a
data
filter.
frame first.
Yeah. Okay. Where do I use the filter?
After line 24.
After line 24, I use the function filter. I say status is equal to confirm. Okay. Now the y-axis should be status, no?
Yes.
Okay. Now it says it's a straight line. Why so? Why so?
In all days, there are confirmed.
Okay. The question is, now that you have selected confirmed, but now you have India, which is total, huh? I mean, total Andaman, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh. You are able to see this data?
Yes.
See, right now, it is each day of confirmed cases, but it is taking total. Sorry, you're not specified which exactly, which you have just said confirmed. Okay. So it's taking the status confirmed, this thing. Ideally, what you should have done is y-axis needs to be TT. TT means India, total.
Okay.
Okay. Y-axis needs to be what? Now you see. I hope I have not confused you.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
You all agree with what has happened?
Yes.
Yes.
Or you don't want to argue, so you're agreeing with me.
No, sir. Now we got it because
Okay,
other
you got
just
it,
had
no?
the.
Yeah. So I think this kind of clarity is required before you write the code, right? You must think that, okay, I'll take the data frame, I'll only filter out those confirmed cases, and then I will create a line chart with x-axis as the date and y-axis as the total number of cases for India. Okay. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now the question is, okay, this is all fine. This looks okay. This is for India, but then I want to compare. Can you name 2 states, please?
Kerala, Tamil Nadu.
Okay. Okay, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. I want to compare Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Okay. How do I do that? See, these are genuine questions that you'll ask.
Should add another geom line where the.
Okay. You want to add one more geom line, and then shall we put this as KL, Kerala?
Yeah.
Yes,
And then I'll use TN for Tamil Nadu. Is this fine? Shall we run and see?
yes, sir.
We need to specify the colors somehow.
Colors should be different.
Okay. Color equals to red. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Good enough. You happy with it?
But actually, it's
Okay. Now I want to put 5 more states. Well,
it's
2 more states. Why don't you suggest 2 more states?
Maharashtra and
Okay,
Andhra.
Maharashtra and Andhra. Okay, fair enough. Maharashtra and Andhra. You'd like to give green and Parthi. Oh, okay, Parthi has already left. Great. AP, na?
AP.
Okay.
It's all very mixed up. Like,
Yeah. Okay. So there must be a smarter way to do this, right? I mean, if you have 36 states, you cannot write 36 times, right? So this is where I would bring you to pivot functions. Okay. I think we already did this once, isn't it? Have we done it? Don't remember, no? Okay. What I'd like to do is I'd like to right now, is this a tidy data? What are the rules of tidy data?
Columns are variable.
All the columns are variables. Okay. And then
Rows are observations.
rows are observations, and
Each cell corresponds to one.
okay, great. So date, is it a variable which is a column?
Yes.
Okay. Status, is it a variable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Is India a variable? Or TT, whatever you call it. Okay. Okay, I know that I'm confusing you, but what I would like to point out is that if you come back to the principles of tidy data, things will get very simple. Okay. See, status is not a variable. right? Status cannot be a variable, whereas confirmed is a variable, isn't it?
Mm.
Recovered is a variable. How many are recovered? How many are confirmed? How many are deceased, right? And state is a variable, isn't it? India, Andaman, Andhra, whatever, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, they are states. State is a
Yes.
variable. So
Yes, yes.
by looking at this data, though it would seem like, okay, it's obvious, right? It's a very good representation of data. It's not really tidy. Okay. So we need to wrangle it or manipulate it in such a way that it becomes tidy data. Okay. So if I have to do the wrangling, I will use something called as a pivot function. Okay, let me tell you. I'll just write some description here. I would like uh, to create a new column called state, and then I would like to split the status column into three things.
Status column.
I would like to split the status column, which is just one column now, which has confirmed, recovered, deceased, isn't it? If you look at the status column is confirmed, recovered, deceased, confirmed, recovered, deceased. For each date, for this 14th, 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 there are 3 entries, right? For 15th, there are 3 entries. For 16th, there are 3 entries. What I would want is, I want one day to be a single row. Okay. You get my point?
Yes.
And the status should be like confirmed, recovered, deceased for each of the states. Like, you get my point?
Yeah.
I want this to be reversed. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm making sense. Am I trying to make sense?
Yes, that makes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what I want to do. I want to split the status column into 3, into confirmed, recovered, and deceased. And I like to create a new column called state. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to do this. It's like manipulating things. Okay. Let us see how to do that. So I'd like to first let me select the columns that I want to manipulate. Okay. I'm only selecting. Okay. I'll call pivot longer. Okay. Pivot longer, the moment I said pivot longer, there are some options I got. It says, okay, what is the data? We have already specified the data. What columns and where do you want the name should go to which column and whatever, right? Pivot longer means I want all the columns like state into, this is the first thing, this is what I'm trying to do. Okay, I'm trying to make it longer. Okay. So the columns will be everything except 1, 2, 3. Okay, except the first 3, everything else I want to take, isn't it? Except the first 3, I will take them and then names to state. And now see what happens. Have you seen?
Yeah.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll call it df long. Maybe then you'll appreciate. See now what has happened. see, for example, if I take the first, Andaman has, for this date, it has confirmed recovered deceased. Confirmed recovered deceased.
Yes.
This is only one part. This is only the first part. Okay.
Mm.
Now, the second part is to make this status column confirmed recovered deceased into separate column. So you want to pivot wider now, not longer anymore. You have already done the longer in the sense that 383 rows became 1,24,137 rows. Okay. Now you're going to take this pivot longer, and then you will say why pivot it wider. It's a little complex this thing, but this is very helpful. Now, which column do you want to pivot? I want to pivot only the status column, right? Only the status column I want to pivot. And for each of the column, I need this value to be written there, isn't it? So the names will come from status, and the values will come from the value column, isn't it?
Yes.
For the new columns, the names will come from the status and values will come from value. Okay, so if you want, you can look at the help. It says that, okay, whatever this is, you can just look at where is the names coming from and where the values are coming from. Names are coming from status, right?
Yes.
Values are coming from value, isn't it?
Yes.
Value. Now see how it happens. You see, yeah, you're able to see in the console.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just call it df wide again, or df. Okay, let me look at. So now, see, how many rows in the first df?
3,083.
3,183. How many variables? 42. The same thing,
Yes.
we have manipulated it to be 1,24,137 rows and just 5 columns. And the same thing, we have again manipulated it to be 41,379 rows and 6 columns. So this is the data that you have. Okay. Now you might ask me why you want to go through all this, why is it helpful, right? I'm not really interested in any of this. So, but I can make my plots very easily now. Okay, I can just take df wide. Okay, then I can say ggplot, and then I can just add a geom. This time I'll use bar if that is okay with you guys. Geom bar. Then I will use my aesthetics. X will still be date underscore YMD. YMD stands for year, month, date. And my y-axis this time will be confirmed, isn't it? Because df wide has a column called confirmed. Okay. Now I can say y-axis is
Color can be staged.
confirmed. Okay. Okay. Stat count. Okay. So I need to say that stat equals to. Okay. What this is saying is that should I count each of the rows, or have you already counted it for me? Okay. I'm saying I've already counted it for you. Okay. So I'm saying the identity of the number is already the count. Okay. You see? But then the question is, okay, everything is muddled, right? Because there are 42 states, right? Is it 42 states? How many? Don't worry, we can find out. df we'll go to wide, and then we will say distinct state. How many are there? 39 states. Yeah, like Lokesh, you have suggested that color equals to state, isn't it? But then it will become very busy, because
Then
India
let's
is
fill.
there.
Hmm.
Yeah, you see, you would like it to be filled, no? Okay. Now you can also say, okay, I don't want just confirmed or whatever. Or maybe I just would like to facet it. So I'm just giving you different variations of this. Okay. For example, I can just take the DF long plot. Okay. DF long plot. And then I can say DF long is actually having state, status and value, right? I can take the DF long plot, I can say GG plot, and then I can say geom bar, or I'll say geom line now, geom line, and here I'll say AES equals to, AES X equals to date YMD, isn't it? Y equals to, this time I'll say value, and color equals to status, and then I can say facet wrap state. Now you see what will happen. Okay, it's not very clear, I know. The reason is all the y-axis is now set to be the same, because there is India also here, na?
Okay.
India is covering everything, so all the x-axis is set to same, but that is okay. What we can say is scales equals to free underscore y. Y-axis you want free, na? Then maybe you will be able to appreciate the wiggliness. But right off the bat, you're able to say that this cannot be possible. There are negative cases here. Even in Nagaland also there are negative deaths. Madhya Pradesh has negative recoveries. Yeah, even Bihar has some negative cases. Maybe this could be possible in such a way that some cases have been added in Bihar. Later on, it has been realized that they come from another state, so they have removed them that particular day and things. So you have to be a little more cognizant on why this is so, and I hope it makes sense. Okay. Okay. So this is one way of wrangling data. Okay.
In this UN it is showing full.
Sorry, UN stands for unknown.
Okay, unknown. Okay.
Unknown. UN is unknown. Okay, I think it will be better if what we can do is we can remove India and unknown right from the get-go, isn't it? So how do we remove that? How do we remove that?
Filter out.
Filter state is then I don't want TT, GT, and UN. This is what I don't want. So this is going to remove TT and UN. Do you remember this? Or is it
Remembered after you wrote.
okay,
Yes,
you remembered after I wrote it. But you're able to read this?
Yeah.
This is the same as filter state is not equal to TT or state is not equal to UN. Line 50 and 51 are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it clear?
yes,
Yes.
Okay. I think yeah. I'll just run this and show you, just to appreciate that UN and TT, and that is India and unknown, will be removed from the plot. You see? I think DD also we can remove, na? Damanandiyo?
yes,
Hai
yes.
Any other thing you want to remove? Okay. Now I was thinking to remove something because I think Andaman Nicobar. Anyway, let us not remove too much. But what I want to get at is how are we going to draw inferences? Okay, you
As
can by
long as
look.
the scales are
Trend.
free-wide, they won't be comparable.
Sorry.
As long as scales is free-wide set, they won't be comparable for inferences visually.
Yeah, if you remove if I remove this, okay, since I've already removed UNTT and this thing, it will be overshadowed by Maharashtra, because at the peak of the second wave in Maharashtra, 80,000 cases are happening every day. Whereas in Andaman Nicobar during that time, only 100 cases in the second wave, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
Not even, yeah, okay, whatever, right? You can see small states, maybe if you look at Ladakh, there's no first wave in Ladakh itself, right? Only the second wave has happened.
yes,
Tripura has seen 4 waves. Interestingly, in all Telangana, South Indian states, you see, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, maybe Kerala, Karnataka, in most of the states, the 4th wave is very small, isn't it? The 4th wave is very small, but 4th wave is equally bad in the northeastern states. You see, Arunachal Pradesh. How is the 4th wave? You see, Tripura. How is the 4th wave? You see Sikkim. How is the 4th wave? Nagaland. I don't know why there is no 4th wave here, but yeah, at least you can see that, okay, these northeastern states, something has happened that it actually, and the 4th wave was as big as the previous waves. It could be that the previous waves were not as big, that is why the 4th wave is shown, or you can draw inferences in the sense that there is increased testing capacity, and now people are more aware after the 4th wave. I mean, after the first 3 waves, now they are testing. There are a lot of things that can it can mean a lot of things, but at least visually you're able to say that, okay, at least in Tripura, Arunachal Pradesh, and where was the other one? Sikkim, isn't it? Yeah, you see that there is substantial fourth wave, but whereas you see in other states like Haryana, maybe Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala, fourth wave is very insignificant. This could also be due to the fact that Sikkim, Tripura, and where is that? Sikkim, Tripura, and Arunachal Pradesh. Yeah, daily around 100,000 cases were only there, na? Right? But if you see for Delhi in the fourth wave, or you see JNK, or JNK is as good as 1,000 cases, no? See, this is 2,000 line. That means how much is this line? 1,000. Okay. Even Maharashtra, I don't know if you can appreciate it. This will also be somewhere around more than 1,000, because this is 10,000. This line is 10,000. This will be somewhere around 8,000. So even though Maharashtra around 8,000 cases are happening every day, which is substantially more than Tripura, Sikkim, etc., but the wave was literally insignificant. Okay, this could mean a lot of things. This could mean that maybe the immunity was there, or it could be anything. I don't want to get into the aspects of epidemiology here, but these very quick visualizations can really help you, because this is 3 years worth of data. And
Yes.
you're able to very quickly get at this, make it speak, at least query it, at least identify that, okay, there are some anomalies there. Like Nagaland, it's showing that there are some negative deceased. So that means something might have happened here that made them retract the deaths. Okay. Okay. Would it, just like we're looking at all three, would it be better if we just looked at deaths? Or would it be better if we just looked at cases and deaths? No recovered, because recovered is not really going to tell you much. Isn't it? Okay. So just like this, how are you going to help me now? So you can say filter status is not equal to recovered, right? That's enough, isn't it?
Yes.
You see? Substantially, in many of the places, the cases are not as much as this thing. Okay? But what we can also do is add a secondary y-axis, because the deaths are not more than hundreds in a day, or thousands at some times, but the cases are like going into lakhs, or 80,000, 90,000. You're not able to see the real difference, isn't it?
Yes.
So there's an option of adding a secondary y-axis. Add just 1 second. Okay. So everything else is fine. One more line is being come here. Just bear with me. This will take few minutes because I want to ensure that I'm doing it right. Okay. Anyway, maybe some other time I'll get back to this. But it's possible to have your x-axis and and secondary y-axis as well. In the sense that here you're specifying it to be between 0 and 5,000, right? You have 50,000, whatever this is. You can also specify the secondary y-axis here. You can say that it is 0 to 100 or whatever, and then it'll amplify the y-axis for you. But again, I don't know why it's not working. I'll come back to this later on. Okay. Just bear with me for 10 more minutes. Okay. Are you guys okay? Or you would like to wrap up?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You're okay, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just few minutes. Huh? I'm trying to find something. Yeah, I think I got it. Just 1 second. So this is yeah. Hopefully this is it. So this is before I started practicing the way I'm teaching. Okay, but if you look at one of the preliminary work that I've done, this could be back in 2001. Okay, sorry, 2021, or even before that, I guess. Anyway, so if you look at my R scripts, I have n number of R scripts. Okay. Back then itself, I have started naming it in the snake case. What case is it? Snake case, no?
Yes.
Okay. So, for example, I have a script for loading packages. Okay. Let us see what that is. So, to do this analysis or whatever, build this dashboard or do all the calculations and estimate the R naught and plot everything and create all of that. These are the packages that I need to load. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes.
So I don't want to make a very long script saying that load packages and all these packages will go library this, library this, library this. I don't want that. Okay. I want things to be in their own places. So if I want to add a package, I'll open this file called load packages. I will add here, you know? And then if you see, yeah, here I already put here, but maybe SF also I put here. Tidyverse is there. So Epitrix is there. Any other
Janitor.
packages that you know of? Janitor.
Janitor.
Okay. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll just add janitor for the sake of completion. Okay. Okay. And I'll save this. And it now says that on July 12th at 8:30 p.m. I have saved this load packages file. Okay. So let us see load data. After load packages comes what? Okay, maybe before this, I'll just I have a file here, which is an R script file, which is called analysis code run sequence. I'll open this, and then it says, okay, a lot of things are there, but it says the run sequence of loading the data, performing the analysis, and generating the RDS files required for the dashboard. Need a separate R script for all of the sections below. Okay. So I'm asking it to say that first, what I need to do is load packages. Okay. Ideally, what I need to have is like library this, library this, library this. It will be like if I'm loading 100 packages, 100 lines will be full with that. So anything I want to do, I have to go scroll down and do, right? So this way, what I'm doing, I'm sourcing the file. So I can source an R script saying that by just running this, it is running that particular R script all on its own. You see? It's loading everything. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it confusing?
No, sir.
No, I'm taking things a little further because, you know, that and all you learn on your own. You know? These are the things that are again the carrots. So you can write your scripts. The reason that is why I'm saying that everything needs to have its own this thing, right? You can modularize the code. You can, okay, if you're cleaning the data, let one script be there for cleaning the data. You can source it, okay? But there is one script that is only doing the cleaning the data. Sorry?
You can source, not use here because even though you loaded here, you have used the other notation that you told us. The
Okay,
slash.
this is a very old one. Let me open the updated one. Huh?
So it can source can also use here.
Yeah. Well, let me open the newer one. I think that'll do away with all of the confusion. This is no, all of this is quite old, but for Kerala, what we did was we did not rely on the data because the data that is coming from the COVID-19 dashboards was only specific confirmed, recovered, and deceased. But we have additional information that Kerala bulletins are giving us, right? For example, 1st of August 2021. Let me just open this very quickly. So this is the bulletin that we have, and we have information on how many samples and what all. And then we have information on for each of the district, how many people were under surveillance, what was the chronology of the positive cases and things. You know, we used to have it this way initially, and then once you, as things went along, and maybe I stopped doing this in September, but you can just have a look at how things are in September. So this is a newer format. So they used to give summary of COVID cases, cumulative cases, how many. For each of the district, they used to give positive, declare negative, and things, you know. And for deaths, we used to have this information, which was very crucial, right? For estimating the mortality rates and age-specific mortality rates and gender-specific things. And you get my point. So these age, gender, date of death, these were quite relevant for us because these were the things that we were looking at. But also we had details on how many people were on ventilator support and things. So what we did was we wrote some algorithms that automatically download this. Let me just show you. Yeah, code. Yeah. So what this is doing, this code, is that it is scraping data tables from PDF files, right? Means it's going to this folder where all the daily bulletins are. I'm not showing you the code that is actually downloading all the PDFs and keeping it here. Okay, but that also we have automated. Like every time we hit run, it will go open the website. It will see what is the latest, maybe 1 day, 2 days, or 10 days, or whatever. It will take all the PDFs, rename them, put it in their place, and it'll what it will do is it will select. See, if you see, sorry, it opened here.
You collect data from specified websites.
Sorry.
It will collect data from the website already given to it.
Yeah. You can ask it to put in the password, select the drop-down menu, all of that. Everything is possible. Okay, but that is the real data science work that you can do later on. But for that, you should understand some basics and notations, right? Please understand that I've been working on R for the last 10 years, nine years to be specific. It's not something that I've accumulated overnight or within 2 months or things. But whatever I was able to gather and do, I'll honestly say that with the tools and training that you have right now, it will not be too far for you to achieve. Okay, let us not go there. I'll just very quickly open this dashboard. I'm very bad with keeping all my files and things.
So actually, I have one doubt, but I don't know whether it hurts anyone. But
Yeah.
the impact of AI on these R projects, could you please say about this?
Oh yeah. It's quite profound actually. I don't know if yeah. Just one second. Let me just open this. See, I have a file called run. Okay, it says that run file for Kerala dashboard. Okay, and it says that these are the old tables. This file scrapes the PDFs from Kerala dashboard. So I know that load data is one thing that I need to do. So let me just open load data, load data.r. Okay, I think this is the one. Yeah. Just one second. Yeah, anyway, so this is doing that, whatever. It's been almost 2 years, so forgive me if I don't remember everything. But at least I have written something so that I can come back and read it even after 2 years, right? If I did not write all this, I would be lost. Okay,
Yes.
I would be literally lost, and then I know that okay, this is what I'm combining all the RDS files. District tables are being created. So what this is doing is this load one is taking new PDFs from the Kerala dashboard, and I did not write much here. Okay, I should have written something so that I know what this is doing, isn't it? At that time, I did not have the what do you call it discipline to annotate all my code, but that's okay. That's okay because mm, uh, yeah. Okay, okay. What this is doing is what I've done is basically there is a add-ins. Ours, we have not talked about this, but our studio has add-ins. Okay, n number of add-ins. Uh, you can create blocks, the n number of this thing. You can paste things as a vector. For example, if you are copying a list of names and you want to paste it in a way that R understands, right? That apostrophes and commas and things, isn't it? Look, for example, okay, I'll not talk about that now. Anyway, but it has one. I have one add-in installed, which is called GPT Studio. Because Anand was asking me whether is there any possibility that I can integrate AI tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney or Wally or whatever, right? Yeah, you can definitely integrate. I'll just show you an example of that. Right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create an OpenAI API key. Let me just very quickly open API. So I'll just log in. I'll just paste the key here. Says API key is valid. Something has come. Okay. Now, in add-ins, for example, I want to annotate this code. Okay, I'm lazy. Okay, I've written a lot of code, but I have to write description about that. So I can just go to add-ins. I can say that. Okay, Calc, why don't you comment my code? See, what did it do? It's not perfect, but it said this is reading data, this is also reading data because it's reading the data, and this is merging the data, bind rows. So it was able to do the bare minimum things. I hope I have something else as well. I think I'll just, maybe this one I can comment and see if it's working. I can go to add-ins. I can go to, I don't know if it'll work, but anyway, I don't know if it has worked or there must be some error, but it's possible to do this. And not only this, you can also ask it to, see, it's already done, no? Did I write this or somebody, it wrote this, no? Earlier it was not there, no?
It wasn't there.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it's still doing it, okay. Sometimes it takes time, but yeah, it is saying that exactly get the minimum number of rows because it's minimum. Get the index of the minimum number of rows, maximum number of rows, get the number of rows for each data frame. Yeah, it's giving me good enough explanation. Okay, but I prefer don't use this. Okay, this is not the best case practice. Always write your own annotation. Okay, don't rely on this. Okay.
Red
I did
cross
not.
mark.
Sorry. Yeah, the
Red
cross mark. Yeah, the cross mark must be with something that I have done before. Yeah, I think something here I have done. See, I pressed here and asked it to annotate. That is why the issue. Okay. Anyway, it's also possible to open ChatGPT here. ChatGPT source. I think there's a lot of up and down happening between OpenAI and here. That is why it's taking some time. But yeah. Okay, it's actually writing things properly. See, to better understand the code, let's break down each part step by step. This code uses the pipe operator to pass district table 2 in a series of operations. The map_dim function is applied on each element of this, returning the dimensions, that is rows and columns of each element. The map_dbl pluck1 function extracts the first element of each dimension and resulting in the numeric vector. The code adds an additional step to the previous code, and the minimum function is applied. So it's quite a bit of a description, isn't it? I did not write this. It just happened. Okay. Are you guys getting this?
Yes, sir.
So I don't want to you to use ChatGPT here and do all of that, but it's definitely possible if you know the bare minimum basics. Okay, if you know the bare minimum basics, you know how to troubleshoot things. You can say, okay, ChatGPT, take my data frame and look at the relationship between gender and age, and wherever appropriate, prepare the relevant plots, and also do a test of association, maybe a chi-square test or something, and give me the result. It's possible. And it will give, you want to try? Would it be too much?
So with the data we were working with,
Okay, great. We can do that. We can do that. That works. That will work. Then I'll just open. I'll close this then. Okay. No, I don't want to save anything. We have lost our. I forgot what I was trying to talk about. I wanted to talk about the modular functions and how you need to keep things in separate places and things like that. But yeah, why not this? Now, we'll come back to this at some other time. Where is that? Yeah, this is the one. Huh? This is the one, right? So I'll my wire. It's called GPT Studio. Yeah, GPT Studio. It's asking for a open AI key. I hope you know how to create that. Oh, 3. So it's a valid API key. How can I assist you with the programming today? I want you to help me create a few plots.
can it do the double y-axis?
No. Did it come as source? Yeah, ChatGPT added. Sorry. Yeah. This is what opens. Just give it some time. Okay. Yeah. I want to plots using the that I have. The data set name is DF. I want you to estimate the what do you want?
Confirmed.
The you want to try this? So it says that this is what I asked it. I asked it, I want to help me create flu plots. Sure, to estimate the differences recovered and tidyverse. Next you can create a scatter plot. It doesn't know that the data is scatter, whatever. But yeah, you can try this. But you need to substitute whatever is given. Date was actually date underscore YMB. Long, no? No. Which
DF
format
long.
was it?
Long.
Long, huh? DF long. Not
I
long.
think wide is when we created the subset.
Wide. I should stop the viewer. Now, run it. Yeah, anyway, it might take some time or whatever, but yeah, I hope, yeah, something came up, no? Yeah, these are the difference in cases, I guess. Sorry, confirmed minus recovered. Okay, I think we lost track of what we were going to do today, but I hope it was not entirely a waste. Is it?
It was a lot of fun.
Okay. Imagine
the graph actually created,
it's the dot. It just created on its own. It doesn't really understand this thing because the question that we asked also was funny. No, we asked it the difference between the cases. So it plotted the difference between the confirmed and recovered cases at each day. Okay, and then it gave the point and also a line. Okay, line is going to definitely be a difference line. It will always go from 0. Anyway, don't it might be some kind of there might be some kind of pattern that is hidden here. Definitely, if you think it is worth it, you can have a look. But there is some kind of sign pattern that's happening, very small at the first wave, relatively bigger at the second and the third waves. You know? But even the fourth wave also you see a similar kind of this thing, but it might be not very pronounced. What other thing I wanted to mention is that now we all see the code that ChatGPT has given you. Can you read that code and can you understand what it is saying? It is saying that take ggplot, the function has a data set and some aesthetics, which we have mentioned here. And then you can add a geometry of point here, which is this, and also lines. And then you are giving the labels of X and Y. And X is date and Y is difference in cases. And you're asking theme minimal. This is just like that. Otherwise, you would have a gray background like before. This is like this. This is a default background and theme, and this is a different theme. In R, you have n number of ggplot themes: theme gray, black and white, line draw, light, dark, minimal, classic, void, test. N number of themes are there. You can also create your own themes and also. I'll not go there. But what it is trying to say is that it is giving you the code, and we had to do some tweaking. We had to change the data set. We had to change the variable name and things, because we did not specifically give what it is looking. What is the data variables and things like that. But since you already know how a ggplot is structured, you know how to read the syntax of R, we were able to very quickly make a plot. Now imagine that you know the basics of some machine learning algorithm, okay, or maybe logistic regression, okay, or maybe you know the theory behind, okay, I want to create a blog or a dashboard or whatever. You know what things need to go in and things. Now you can take the help of ChatGPT technically, and then you can say that, why don't you help me create this for me? You know? Or you can ask it that I'm planning to work on this project and I want to create a website. And can you suggest me a few themes or a few plots that might be interesting? And then it will suggest something, and then you can, it's like a wall that you can bounce off your ideas with. That I'm not going to say anything further, because anything further will actually push you towards being too lazy. Na? So there is a danger there. I want you to be lazy, but not too lazy. Na? Let us get there. Na? It will take some time, but imagine that you have the power, right, of doing this. You can say that, okay, now take all this analysis and prepare a PPT form. You get my point? You know that
Yes,
you can make PowerPoint presentations here. We can ask it to. You saw how detailed annotation it made for us.
yes,
You saw how detailed, and then you can write the code. You can ask it, and then you can say, from that detailed annotation, why don't you write the methodology? No. Okay. I will not suggest that you make ChatGPT do everything and that.
yes.
But then, yeah, there are possibilities, Anand. Just to answer your question simply, there is a lot of scope, especially when we don't have this. These are the things that people package and say, and say that learn AI and we are doing Power BI, Excel, and things. So you see, every time you open YouTube, some guy or the other comes and sells things saying it's AI. Okay, but then once you really get these things, this bare minimum knowledge, that is, I think, why Dr. Gurpreet wants to stress more on the basics, right? Once you get that straight, things will get much easier. But then before things get easier, things will also need to get tough, no? So you need to find time. You need to find time. You need to, and I'm not saying wake up at 4 o'clock and, come sit for the class and things. Make time on your own, but you need to give time to yourself to actually learn, understand, and things. And you can ask it to suggest what kind of analysis do you think I should do, and then it will suggest that, okay, why don't you compare logistic regression and machine learning, or neural networks. And then you'll say, I don't know how to do a neural network, can you help me? And then it will say, okay, for neural networks, this is the theory and things. You can basically use Chat GPT in R to learn, basically, and look for authentic sources and things where, much of the things that what we want to learn nowadays is not available freely, or, on YouTube or some blog. And things are not very easy to find nowadays. So we can definitely use these tools to learn. Anyway, I hope I have not kept you too much. You guys want to continue, or we'll take it for some other time?
There's actually one doubt regarding this, what Gurpreet has said. So, are we continuing that classes? Like today morning we had joined, I think
I
myself
know.
and Dr. Pat, but
I think morning will be a little difficult for you guys. That's what I gathered, isn't it?
yes, sir, because
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
has to go and
I know. So what I think Gurpreet sir suggested, I was totally seconding this, is that instead I asked him to record a couple of videos, okay, of the tutorials that he had on his R pubs. Okay, so all the things that he would like you to go through or tell, maybe you can record those videos and put them up of some time, so you can find your own time and look at them. You can have your own conversations. You can ask him on WhatsApp and things like that. But then I thought morning will be a little too much for you guys, because I know that many of you go to the gym and things and all. I don't want to encroach on your healthy habits. Smiling inside.
no, sir, I just generally don't wake up that early. That's
Yeah,
only issue.
this is a satire. This is yeah, this is sarcasm.
So just at 4 a.m. also I'm available.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. You can. I think I learned this from Biju sir. Is that you should always accommodate the students' requests. So whatever you guys want anytime, you can just ask us, and we will accommodate your time rather than constrain you with our workflows, right? But I would like little more effort from you. I don't want to give exams and make you feel bad and things. You have enough troubles in your life already. But then a little more effort would really be helpful for you, definitely for me, because it's going to be easier for me to explain. But even for you to gather interest, to get that momentum, uh, without
Yes.
self learning, because that age of spoon feeding and all is gone, right? Now it's all learn on your own, find your interest, do what you love. That is the only mantra. And this has to be just a tool, whatever you're learning and all, it has to be just a tool. It's a means to achieve that bigger goal. It could be whatever you're thinking of. That's why I keep asking you, by the end of this month, by the end of next month, what are your, just have small targets, goals that will really help you.
Okay.
Okay.
And sir, Gurpreet sir, the class he was saying, if it's possible, like Sunday, like morning hours, we are free because I think he said afternoon. That is also not possible for most of us because we are.
Okay. I'll have a word with Dr. Gurpreet. I think Sunday mornings, I think I can request him because Dr. Gurpreet's perspectives are different, and those are also needed. Because I come from a different outlook. So the way I talk and we discuss is totally different. But sometimes we need multiple perspectives as well. I'm sorry that Dr. Biju is not able to take these initial things, because we decided that things will only be good if we do it in person, his engagement. Because I don't want to trouble him with all small things. So yeah, we'll definitely have a couple of sessions from Dr. Rakhal as well. But I was hoping that would be when we meet all of you in person again.
Would
I
that be,
know.
sir?
Sorry.
Any tentative time, like when it will be? Like,
Tentative. See, yeah, the before September, because September we are not going to be here, and it's too short to be in July, so it's going to be in August.
Okay, so I think
Yeah,
that's
tentative.
better for me because my DNB practical may come. So I am also not sure the dates are not yet out, but it's probably in July and or August first week.
Yeah, we will
Everyone is
have
saying.
it. We'll have it only after. When is Onam?
Onam is August
August last
29. Last week,
Last month.
August last week.
Okay. Do
28,
you
29.
want it before Onam? That is the only possible this thing, na?
It's okay. I mean, Onam.
Oh, no,
Fine.
no problem, sir.
Okay,
Before
I'll have a word with Dr. Because I was hoping that Dr. Gurpreet will be in Trivandrum when we have this, because he has to take leave and he has to come for his dissertation as well. He's completed his PhD and he has to submit his thesis and all. There is a Viva OC and everything. So I wanted to have it when he was here, but if that is the case, or if his things might be postponed, then it's better we have it as soon as possible. Maybe during the second week of August, will that be fine?
I'm not sure about my dates, sir. So I cannot confirm like when the practical will come. So
Okay. When will you know that, Shruti?
I don't know. That's what people
Okay,
say.
in the
Like
next
theory
1 week,
result,
2 weeks?
probably next 1 week. Everyone is saying the date will be out.
Okay. As soon as you know that, let us know. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
that we can also process things from here, because I think we are targeting somewhere around 30 or 25, 30 people. Many people have been asking, when is it going to be? When is it going to be? So I think we can have that 20-30 people already. We already have them. So I think there's nothing. Only thing is we are looking for a residential place, so that the learning can not only be in the classroom but also in the corridors. No? So we are looking for places. As soon as we find some, we will definitely organize things. Okay. Lokesh, if it's possible for you, you should definitely come.
Yes, I would love to. If I just know the dates a little in advance, I can arrange.
Yeah. Maybe I can give you a 3 weeks notice, even to use Shruti. I think 3 weeks is the only thing that we
Yes,
can do now.
that is sufficient.
Yeah, that's fine, sir. Leave is not an issue for me. Just this dates, I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
The DMV
I
is-
totally get it. Yeah. So your theory results have come.
Yes, sir. It came like last 4 days back. So that's why everyone
Okay.
is saying the practical happens within a month of the theory result.
Okay. Okay then. Yeah. We'll continue this. I don't know when will it be. I think only 3 of us are remaining. So it maybe later on we can decide when we will meet. No?
Oh.
Maybe this Tuesday I'm going to Goa. So actually Monday I have my visa interview on 17th. So I might not take it on Tuesday, but anytime before Tuesday this week will be fine with me.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You guys
Okay.
decide, and you can just let me know.
Yes, I will.
Winning every day, no problem, sir.
Any okay for us.
Any day is okay. Okay. Then maybe I can propose it on the this thing group, and maybe people will respond. Yeah. Okay then. Okay. Take care.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.